Get the audio recorded. You want to record the video? You want the video going? Okay.
That's good.
Good.
We do, because this seems to be the same thing every time.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Let's go ahead and get our meeting started. Welcome to the August 10th meeting of the Little Rock Parks and Recreation Commission. Appreciate everyone being here. Audio is being recorded for future use. Let's go ahead and start with a roll call of the commissioners. So, Angela, could you roll with that, please?
Commissioner Brusink, Commissioner Bowie,
Here.
Commissioner Eldridge, Commissioner Ellis, Commissioner Smith,
Here.
Commissioner Fletcher,
Here.
Commissioner Dustin Smith, Commissioner Martinez, and Commissioner James Fretzel. That's the new commissioner, and Commissioner Nasari.
Here. Chair, for the commissioners online, in order to be counted present, they need to be seen and heard.
Yeah, thank you, Counselor. So let's see, I see, Commissioners Brusink, Ellis, and Firstel are represented online. If you all would please, in order for us to properly count you as present and accounted for, would you please turn on your video and audio? Commissioners Brusink, Ellis, and Firstel, if you are present and can hear us, in order for you to be counted present, we need your video and audio, or video at least, turned on to start, please.
Chair, there's a note in the chat box that Sam Ellis can't hear us.
Thank you, Commissioner Smith. Ms. Nelson, any idea about the audio? Okay, thank you very much for working on that audio. I think until we have the three commissioners, I'm seeing thumbs up. Okay, let's see, that appears to be Commissioner Ellis, I believe. Yep, okay, there he is. He's present. Let's see, who else? Okay, very good. I see Commissioners Brusink, and I believe that is also our newest commissioner, Commissioner Firstel as well, correct? Okay, so let's maybe, again, for the purposes of ensuring that we have appropriate attendance for today's meeting, now that we have all of our virtual commissioners present and accounted for, perhaps maybe, Ms. Nelson, we could go do a roll call one more time, just to make sure that we're all perfectly clear on who's with us and who's not.
Okay, Commissioner Brusink,
Ren, your audio. I see Commissioner Brusink, and I can vouch for him. Counselor, is that good enough?
He would need to be heard as well.
Okay.
We need audio and...
We need video and audio. Let's continue on with the roll call and see if perhaps maybe we have audio from others. So, Ms. Nelson, continue on, please.
okay, Commissioner Eldridge, Commissioner Ellis, Commissioner Smith, Commissioner Cannon.
Let's pause for one moment. I'm sorry, Ms. Nelson, it appears that we still don't have audio from our commissioners.
And Ashley says she's trying to get into.
Don't they need to turn their audio on? Unmute themselves?
Just for the sake of great clarity, and I'm sure maybe you have, but Commissioners Racine, Ellis, and first, can you guys maybe confirm, maybe with a thumbs up, that your audio appears to be turned on your side? Yes? Okay. Okay, all right.
So there two sound analysis, because there seems to be these like they talked it twice.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Commissioner Ellis, it looks like you're not anymore. Looked like you were logged in twice, but yeah, we only see you now.
What happened to me last night, couldn't hear on my big computer, and I had to log in on my tablet, things said, you're showing up twice.
Thank you, everyone here, for your patience. Technical challenges while we get the audio worked out.
Commissioner, he just pointed out there's a overall mute button showing up here. Is that what's causing the problem, see?
Yeah.
Can y'all see that? See that mute button up there?
To the right of the screen. Yeah, I see that.
Maybe
I'm going to turn that off.
What about now?
How about now? How about Commissioner Ellis? Are you there? Can you hear us? Can you speak? We can see you speaking, but we still can't hear you. All right, hold on.
Do you have the sound plugged in? Or on the computer?
We're starting to get some audio. We're trying to get it such that we can have it piped in over our speaker system. So continued patience for just a few more minutes here, please. Thank you. Commissioner Ellis, we do hear you from a singular laptop off to the side, but we don't yet have you piped into the overall speaker system so that everyone here can hear you. So thank you for that. Continued patience, everyone. Sorry for the delay.
We can just listen to them real quick to get it.
Yeah, why don't, Counselor, if we're able to at least hear the virtual commissioners, if we're able to at least hear them announce themselves as present from the computer on the side, will that be sufficient to count them present?
That would be sufficient if we can hear them. That's the if we can hear them. If they have something to say, or if we're voting on an issue, then we'll need to hear that too.
Yeah, of course. So, let's see here. Let me just do very quickly around the horn here for the commissioners that I know to be virtual. So, in no particular order here, just how you're showing up on my screen. So, Commissioner Ellis, can you give us a voice test here? Can we hear Commissioner Ellis, Ms. Nelson, from your laptop computer over there?
I can hear him.
Okay, perfect. How about Commissioner Martinez? Can we hear you?
Yes.
Okay, I heard heard your voice there. That's good. All right, we're making progress. Let's go over to Commissioner Kirschel. Can you give us a voice test, please? All right, great. We've got you now. And then last but not least, Commissioner Persing, big old smile on your face. I know technical challenges. Give us a voice test there. All right, very good. So, let's, and Ms. Nelson's in the process of trying to get things squared away here. We're gonna have her do the roll call one more time and just make sure that we've got everybody and so that we can hear everyone here on the meeting. So, Ms. Nelson, I know you're very busy at the moment. Whenever you can give us the roll call one more time, we'll go with this one. While Ms. Nelson is bringing the attendance sheet back over, we are at 13 minutes past the hour, so we'll do everything possible to keep our meeting to end at the 1 o'clock hour. So we'll try to get through things as quickly as we can with as much due diligence as possible. So, Ms. Nelson, whenever you've got the roll call ready to go, when we started.
Okay. Commissioner Persing, Commissioner Bowie,
Present.
Commissioner Eldridge, Commissioner Ellis,
Here, present.
Commissioner Smith,
Present.
Commissioner Fletcher,
Present.
Commissioner Dustin Smith, Commissioner Martinez, Commissioner James Fritzl, Commissioner Nazari.
All right, I believe that out of the 10 commissioners that we do now currently have, that we have 9 present, so that's fantastic. We've got more than enough for a quorum. So thank you, Ms. Nelson, for your help with that and also the technical sound issues. So now that we've got to roll call, let's move on to the approval of the July meeting. So all of you, hopefully all the commissioners, hopefully received a copy of the meeting minutes from last month's July meeting. Are there any amendments, edits, discussions, changes that need to be brought forward with the July minutes?
Yes, the only thing is it looks like a small typo under welcome and introductions where it refers to our approval of March's minutes. And actually, you might just want to strike that sentence because I think down in the next section it talks about how we approved the June commission.
Commissioner Martinez, apologies, we're still not able to hear very, very clearly, so please refer to which page and paragraph again?
Yeah, page 1, under welcome and introductions. There is a sentence that discusses that we approved March's minutes.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's see here. Ms. Angela and Mr. Ricardo, you guys can take care of that and issue the edit. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Commissioner Martinez. Any other edits to the July meeting minutes? All right, very good. Then, since we do have an edit to the minutes, let's go ahead and make sure that we get a full vote on this. So I need a motion from a commissioner to accept Commissioner Martinez edits to the minutes where we're changing the mention of approval of March minutes to June meeting minutes. So is there a motion to approve that change? So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Smith. All those, any final discussion on this change amongst the commissioners? Perfect. All those in favor say aye, and those of you virtual, raise your hand if you can.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Same. None opposed. All right, unanimous vote. So the amended meeting minutes have been reviewed and approved. Thank you, everybody, for that right there. Now we'll move into citizen communication, and just a quick word and a bit of context on citizen communication. Citizen communication allows any citizen to share comments and ask questions of the commission, though questions may not necessarily be answered in this meeting. And each citizen is allotted 3 minutes. So do we have any citizens for citizen communication today? I do believe we do. Please approach the podium, sir. State your name and your comments, please. And you've got 3 minutes.
Thank you, Commissioner. My name is John Macarthur, and I've spoken before this group a couple other times. I attended last month's meeting, and I really wanted to attend this one because there was a couple of issues that y'all are going to discuss that I think my comments may be timely on. And what I wanted to discuss is since 2007, there's been 3 studies that have been done on what to do with War Memorial Park. The first one back in 2007 was done by the H3 group, and that was done by John Hull and his group. The next one was Strategic Analysis of Public Golf, which was done by 5 Park LLC. That was done in 2019. And then the one I wanted to discuss, which is on the new business today, is the I hope I'm saying this right, Loose Design Group, that is the Master Parks Plan of 2020. Is that correct? Is it Loose Design?
Lost. I mean, not lost, loose. Yes.
L-O-S-E, loose. Anyway, the major component of that, which I want to bring to your attention, is that with the closure of the 2 golf courses that were in 2019, that just left Breslin and First Tee open. And part of the Master Park Plan that, if I'm not mistaken, the Board of Directors has approved is to expand First Tee to an additional 9 holes. And the reason I wanted to speak today and bring that to the Commission's attention is because War Memorial Park is still sitting there since 2019 unused. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the cost associated with adding the additional holes to First Tee is about $2.5 million. And the other reason why I wanted to bring this to attention is because there is an election coming up this year, and one of the candidates for mayor has a desire to reopen War Memorial Golf Course. So that's really what I wanted to bring to the attention of this commission, is that if you're looking at master plan for 2020, which includes the expansion of First Tee, I wish that somebody would at least comment on what are you going to do with War Memorial. It's 18 holes still sitting in the center of the city. So hopefully under my 3 minutes, and if you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
Thank you very much, Mr. McCarty. Any questions or comments from Mr. McCarty from any of the commissioners? All right, very good. Mr. McCarty, thank you for your comments and your feedback. Much appreciated. Thank you for being here, sir. All right, let's quickly move on to the next item on the agenda, which is staff reports. And for that, I'll turn to Director Couch.
Okay, so if we could start with administration, that would be Angela Nelson.
Okay, for our resources, we're busy performing day-to-day operations, which include invoice processing, financial reporting, and payroll, and other HR-related issues. We're continuing to hire full-time positions. Right now, we have 5 maintenance positions we have filled, including our urban forestry division. We have 3 onboarding on the 15th, which will be for recreation and golf. Currently, we are interviewing for our deputy director of operations position, and we have 2 others that will be advertising soon. Resources is continuing to update our job descriptions. We're monitoring certification requirements for our staff, which is very important in determining who is required to have licenses, CDL certifications or CPR, etc. We're mainly seeing who is in good standing or the ones who are working to achieve that goal within a given time frame. The department is also conducting our 6 months employee evaluation reviews. Just an update for supervisors to let their staff know how they're performing in their duties. This is from January to June. Hopefully nothing is too painful and everything went over well with everyone. Parks has introduced or reintroduced our LR stats, which is now called our Park stats, which is a matrix we use to measure how we're doing in different departments or different divisions and within the department as a whole. All areas come together and each division gives a presentation. Take a look on how we're progressing. Actually, we had our first meeting already, and we will have another meeting in September here at the center on September 16th. The department is also in the process of allowing people to have flexible work schedules. This was implemented through our HR department. This will allow staff to possibly come in earlier or work a later shift or even have a day off. However, everyone will still be required to work a full 40 work-hour week. And this will be done on a trial basis. And that concludes my report for resources. Thank you.
Director Couch, if I could interrupt for 1 second, just some feedback from one of our virtual participants. If you do have a laptop here, at the risk of making more issues for our audio, if you do have a laptop or an iPad here, if you could make sure that you are on mute for those of us here present, and we'll speak into the microphones. That'll be our audio. And then for those of you virtual, please stay on mute until you have something to say, and we'll do our best to make sure that we see you and call on you. So thank you very much for that feedback. So Director Couch, apologies, go ahead.
Okay, next will be Shawanda Robinson with Recreation.
Good afternoon. Recreation will be having open houses at all of our locations, various dates on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So I will forward the flyer to you so that you can see the dates and times of our open house and come out and support our facilities. This is an opportunity for the community to come back into our spaces and see what type of programs, activities, and events that we have for them to do, and to give us feedback on what they would like to see happening in our locations. So, also we will be doing pop-up events around the city, and also this is an opportunity for us to go out into the community and meet people where they are, so that they can know what Little Rock Parks and Recreation does, and so that we can have fun activities with them. So we will just kind of have beanbag toss out and some card games and dominoes and things like that, and hang out with them in their community. And I also send you a flyer on that. Residence Tenants has some tournaments coming up August the 20th and the 21st, and it's the Razorback Classic. September 3rd and 4th, the ATA Tri-Level State Tournament. September 8th will be their open house. They also have another tournament on September the 10th and the 11th, and this is the Access School Tennis Tournament Fundraiser. And the ATA will be there on September the 16th and the 17th, and it's a 55 and over sectional tournament. So if you don't have anything to do in September, hopefully the weather cools down a little bit, and you can go by and check out some of these tennis tournaments at the Resident Tennis Facility. Stevens Community Center has their cheer clinic this weekend and their volleyball clinic from 10 to 12. It's cheer clinic and volleyball clinic is August the 13th from 12 to 2. Our latchkey program will be starting at all of our community centers, which is Stevens, Dunbar and Southwest on August the 22nd from 2:30 to 6:30. West Central Community Center's 21st Century Program will start also August the 22nd from 3 to 6. The West Central Community Center will have this weekend a big back-to-school bash and youth comic con for literacy on August the 13th, and there will be provided free food and admission. This will be a really big event. It's in collaboration also with the Martin Luther King Commission. So please come out and support the kids in this back-to-school bash. Also, at West Central, we'll have a boxing event in September the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. So if you have not experienced boxing at West Central, please come out. It's a lot of fun. They have people who come out from all over the United States to see these boxers perform. And the open house at West Central will be on September the 14th. The Southwest Community Center will host their first annual Summer Hoop Fest on Friday, August the 12th. This is a 5-on-5 boys tournament. It's $15 to participate, and it's an 8-minute nonstop clock. And there will be various trophies that will be handed out to the winners. And there's an admission for $1, and all proceeds will go back to Southwest for their game room. And also on August the 20th, Southwest will have a Southwest Fest at 10 o'clock and a love walk. And they will walk down the street to the post office and promote love within the Southwest Community Center. And also wish the children off to a safe school year. The Resident Golf has a Paul and Mary Lewis tournament on September the 16th, and this is an annual tournament that has been around for about 25 years. And this is a 2-person scramble, men and women, and senior tournament, and there will be sponsorship opportunities. Also, First and Resident Golf will go live with their new G1 software, and you'll hear a little bit more about it a little later today in our presentation. Macarthur Museum will have a War Dog movie on August 16th from 6:30 to 8:30. These movies are being shown every Tuesday of each month. So if you don't have anything to do, go out over to Macarthur and check out the movies. On August 13th and the 27th, come out to the Jim Daly Fitness Center for movies at the pool. It's a nice night to enjoy a movie and splash in the pool. And watch a movie at sunset. The cost is $5. So this concludes my report. Thank you. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know.
Ms. Robinson, thank you so much for that. Lots and lots and lots of activities, so thank you for sharing all those good programs and recreation coming up. I failed earlier, I think, to ask if anyone had any questions of Ms. Nelson for her administrative report, and if you also have any questions amongst the commissioners for Ms. Robinson on recreation. Any commissioner questions? Anyone online? No? Okay. Director Couch.
Okay, thank you. So I will actually be covering operations until we fill that position of that deputy director. I'll just mention a handful of projects that are ongoing, and I've mentioned them several times. So at any time, feel free to ask any questions, but I'll just give you a quick update on some of the new ones. So Some of the exciting stuff we have is our Macarthur Playground. It's our inclusive playground. It's coming nearing completion now, and look at doing some kind of ribbon cutting. Was planned in August, maybe now looking at September, just depending on getting everybody together. Cadence basketball has taken off and construction has started. Another exciting project for Little Rock Parks. Interstate Roadway project will be coming out for bid later this month. That's redoing the whole Interstate ball complex roadway, which is needed probably 20 years ago. So this is another exciting project, even though it's just a road project. Southside Park is getting some new Musco lights. Thankful to the board and the ARPA funding. Where our staff is currently building an outdoor learning garden center at West Central. We started that project in-house. Also at West Central, design staff is looking at renovating the current ball field complex and seeing what kind of design costs as well as actual costs will be needed to make improvements there. Staff in-house has been doing some major improvements at Resident Golf Course. Just finished a new, renovating the whole entire back deck, new patio, and some other aesthetics there around the clubhouse. Much needed, many more things to come there, hopefully in the near future. Another little tidbit for the mountain bikers is working on the trail at River Mountain, doing a new trailhead, making some improvements there, and doing a lot of volunteer work there on the trails to keep them up to our standards there. Sculpture projects, we got a new banana, and it's a pretty cool sculpture. It's a banana on roller skates. Will be coming to Murray Park soon, and it will be a really neat, fun thing down there along the Arkansas River Trail. We're also working on a new sculpture project at the Dunbar Community Garden. That will be later this year. Hopefully we'll start, and we're working with cows in the Dunbar Garden and our community center there as well. And then lastly, the Bill Clark Wetland, which has had a lot of issues because of the flooding of the Arkansas River. We've lost a lot of ground there in terms of rotten wood. We're working with the new company Trex that's come to town and working to put some new decking on that, as well as fix some of the landscaping down there, working with EDG consultants to make some improvements there. So those are just some highlights, many other improvements, but if there's not any questions, I will turn it over to our maintenance manager.
Any questions from the commissioners for Director Council on Operations? Anyone online? No commissioner questions? Okay, Mr. JP.
As far as maintenance, everything is, we're in the height of the season. We're starting to catch up. We've rebuilt our crews. Our next big goal is to actually recreate our sports field crew. We do not have anybody dedicated to sports fields, and you can tell by looking at them. In the process of moving some internal personnel, hopefully we'll have that on the ground here in the next month or so. Are going to be asking the board for some specialized equipment. If you want something to look a certain way, you have to have the right tools. So we don't have those tools. So we are going to be asking for that. We're working with our fleet services to get that in place. So hopefully we can at least have the beginnings of it, and by next year have something. So when people go out to play in our sports fields that we maintain, that they'll look like they deserve. So presently they're a little rough. It's going to be, we'll start small at Central and Interstate, and we'll work out from there, do a little different maintenance practice. But hopefully you'll be able to see by this time next year, you'll really be able to see the impact. Other than that, if anybody's got any questions or concerns.
Questions for Mr. Rogers? Yes, sir.
That's exciting news, and I would just ask that you share that ask with Director Wright and me before it comes to the board, so we can be prepared to help.
Yes, ma'am. We're trying to work through with it, put that in with equipment that we're rolling out. But if we have, I'm trying to keep from buying anything extra, and but if we have to, I will. Of course.
Okay, thank you.
Question. Sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead, Director Wright.
Is operations, Mr. Couch, got anything to do with our outdoor learning center? Are they doing that? That is them?
You just missed it when you were outside.
Yeah, I figured I did. That's what I had to take that. I got too much stuff popping in the minute. I understand. I got to go back to recreation in a second, but I need to find this out. So.
Sure, I can answer that. Sorry, I thought you were going to ask a question about maintenance. I just took a big bite of my sandwich, so I apologize. But yes, I did cover West Central. They are out there. My understanding is that they're forming the base pad right now, and they've been in-house building all the metal fabrication for it, and then they're ordering all the wood. We didn't lose, but our dump truck driver broke his foot, and so we're down a dump truck driver. Yeah. So that slowed us a little slightly, but those are some of the issues that we have, when we're working in-house, and so we're working through that, but it's an ongoing project.
Well, I'm happy working in-house. I've been trying to work this in-house for 5 years. Finally got it done. But I just wanted to be able, because we need to keep uppermost in our mind that this is a partnership with AT&T, and I mean, this is just going on for too long. I was embarrassed to look at those people, knowing we got their check in the bank and hadn't done anything. So I like to be able to, because I see them out and things, and they'll ask me, what's our status? And so I just wanted to make sure I got an update on that. And then I wanted to go back, because I did check something, and that call confirmed something else. Shawana, you mentioned September 28th, 29th, and all of that. I'm confirming whether we're going to need those dates, but the actual boxing event is October 1st, which is a Saturday. So we need to make sure that is.
It is.
Okay, all right. And then October 22nd is at Mid-South. Sorry. Midwest versus South. Boxing Invitational, where clubs are coming from all over the Midwest. So I need to make sure those dates were on there, because I don't.
Yeah, those dates have
Don't blow it up in my face and people coming here and y'all can't come here. So anyway, that's what I wanted to go back to.
Yes, it's there.
You mentioned.
Have a lot to go over. I was just trying
you were going
wait till I have some report for October. So.
Okay, I just want to make sure that was down there.
Yes.
And then this weekend, I'm told that these kids are phenomenal, and most of y'all know about the YouTube influencers. I'm not that up on it, but they tell me when you're up into the 2 million followers, like, you are huge. You are almost basically created your own, what you call it, how they used to make stars out of you when you got with the record company and all that. None of that's done that way anymore. Everything is YouTube. Well, these kids will be coming from Atlanta, and they will be helping us promote literacy, and they're called the Wicker Twins. So I'm told they're going to bring out a lot of kids, so they draw a lot of kids is what I'm told. I don't know. I don't feel bad that I don't know, because I'm not supposed to know. I wouldn't even know how to find them. Okay, but I'm excited about this, because not only are we giving away free back-to-school supplies, we are promoting literacy and putting it uppermost in these kids' minds, and we're doing it in a way that reaches them where they are, which is these comic book movies, and which are all blockbusters up into the billions of dollars. And I know I'm in every one that will come out. So, and I see all the kids, and so this gives us a chance to promote literacy. See, you need to know how Batman got to be Batman. We know he's Batman, but how he get to be that. So just read the origin stories and stuff. I'm just trying to keep it basic so that we let kids know this ain't got to be overly complicated. You ain't got to, you learn the basics, and then you can build on that. And that's what this is about. So I hope you all, if nothing else, stop by and take a picture and keep rolling, because it's going to be chaotic.
Thank you, Director Wright, for your feedback there. Much appreciated. So, Director Couch, any other staff reports? No?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, everyone, for your staff reports. So we've got about 18 minutes left. So we're going to try to get through this as quickly as we can. I think some of the next agenda items we can move through fairly quickly. Last month we did welcome new Commissioner Ansari, so we're glad to see her again here as well. Thank you for that. The subcommittee reports on social media and outreach, Commissioner Martinez, if maybe we could get you to report on that under the new business item, under the next agenda topic down there at the bottom. We'll do that if that's okay. I see you nodding your head, so very good. Thank you so much. Last month we did have Mr. Mason Ellis as representing the Rose Creek Initiative. We appreciated having him, hearing about the Rose Creek Initiative, and I know everybody's excited about that. And then very quickly, Director Couch, did you want to quickly remind everyone about the last point there in our old business?
Sure, yes. This is, again, what I believe is important is having a social event for this commission. And we have confirmed Hill Station, and I've confirmed a kind of a private room area that we can get together and kind of have some fellowship instead of just always having a very strict meeting like this. So I appreciate it if everybody could attend. That would be that Friday afternoon after work. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Couch. Friday, October the 21st, Hill Station, social event for the commission. So yes, hopefully everybody will be there. All right, let's quickly move on to the next agenda item, new business. So we are pleased to welcome a new commission member, Mr. James Firstel. And Mr. Commissioner Firstel, I'm going to put you on the spot. You probably knew this was coming. If you maybe give us about 30 seconds about who you are, what you do, and why you love parks. Can we turn his volume up as much as possible so that we can try to hear him? 1 second, Commissioner. If we don't get you today, then we'll get you next month. Not to worry.
Just do that. I'll be there in person.
We got you now. Just you wait until next month. Well, okay. Yeah, why don't we wait until next month? We'll get to know you a little bit better. But needless to say, welcome, Commissioner. First of all, glad to have you. Appreciate you being here and supporting the Little Rock Parks. Okay, now let's get to our subcommittee report. So, Commissioner Martinez, thank you for deferring to this point of the agenda. So, let's hear from social media and outreach, please. If we can, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, great. So in terms of upcoming events, I think Ms. Robinson did a very thorough job talking about everything. I would just encourage the commissioners that if you're interested, there's several pop-up events and facility open houses, and you can get to those at the Parks and Rec website. Just right when you get to the Parks and Recs page, everything is listed there. In terms of the committee report, we have actually been working with the Master Plan Committee to focus on the Friends of Park Idea Initiative, and so I will yield the rest of my time to Commissioner Smith to talk about that in more detail.
All right, very good. Then let's turn to Commissioner Smith for Master Plan, Friends of Park, and other items there. Commissioner Smith.
Thank you. The Master Plan Committee did meet in conjunction with social media, and our only topic was Friends of the Park idea. I had distributed to each of you this morning information, and we decided not to take any action today, so this is really just an update on the idea of Friends of the Parks, which has been around for several years, long before I got involved with this commission. But an idea of supporting the parks in additional ways and complementing current activities. Right now, you can sign up to volunteer in the parks by adopting a park, adopting a flower bed, being a park ranger. But you can also go to the City Parks Conservancy, which is a nonprofit group established to support Little Rock Parks, and volunteer there and donate money there. And so the idea of a Friends of the Park, Friends of the Parks, we're still talking about the name, would be an organization where for a minor fee you could get a window sticker and be more involved in volunteering, in donating, and supporting the parks. We have some technical details to work out about where that group might sit and the structure, but I provided some information information about our discussions today. I think we've made really good progress, and I look forward to coming back to you in future months with an actual action item. I'll be glad to answer any questions, but if you have comments, if you've seen this work in other areas, many of you used to be involved with Friends of the Zoo and other similar organizations. We're taking all those right now, but I think we have kind of a path, and we'll be working out details to come back to you.
Thank you, Commissioner Smith. And any questions from the commissioners for either Commissioners Martinez or Smith?
I have a quick question.
Yes, go ahead, Commissioner.
So, this Friends of the Park, it doesn't exist right now?
That's correct. There is no organization called Friends of the Park.
Okay. And then you said a Park Conservancy.
There's a separate nonprofit group that was created several years ago called the City Parks Conservancy. They have a website. They have funding. And they have money in the bank. They have a board of directors, Facebook, and its mission is to support the Little Rock parks. And so we really anticipate that Friends of the Park would become part of that group, but we're working that out right now.
That was going to be my question, Leland, because I know Little Rock Parks Conservancy has been around, I know it was, 20 years? And that's where, if you want to donate to parks, that's where the money goes. Because I used it for West Central. They received the donations from the business community on behalf of West Central Community Center, and the money that you now have in separate accounts in the Grants Administration Department, that's who received those dollars when they reformalized themselves. If something went on, reorganized or something. Anyway, they sent those checks to the city and closed out those accounts. So I don't even know if they're still doing that. But that was one of the purposes for having the Parks Conservancy, is to receive donations.
Right.
So will this do that?
Yes. So this whole conversation is in progress. We just Linda wanted to be able to give an update to say that it is in progress and that we want the support of this commission, but we're not officially asking that today. We still have some details to figure out, and it's my goal, as was with this commission, is to get it reactivated. And I'll be working with the Park Conservancy, City Park Conservancy, to get it activated. And they have some future events coming up that I've been told about. So they're active. It's just trying to get them active in something like this and see if they're interested in it. It's not something that's been brought to their formal attention at this time, but it's our goal to do that.
Okay, so I'm trying to make sure I understand if their role was to support the parks. Why do we need this?
Right. So this would be a program. This is something that I always dreamed of as others. But this is just something in general as a Friends of the Park. It's different park associations across the country do similar things like this. And so basically like a membership to Little Rock Parks. And if you do it for a year, there's different opportunities where we could do discounts, and we also would then have an emailing list that we could utilize to blast out information in terms of different events that are going on. It's something that we want the Park Conservancy to help with, but that I'm just trying to push it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, and let me clarify. I don't have an issue with it because, as a matter of fact, I've got a draft of the very same thing that you've done as for Friends of West Central.
Well, let me be clear. We've had a great committee that's helped with this as well. So.
Yeah, and I got a board. People have already agreed to do everything that you said here. So basically, you're doing the same thing that I was doing for West Central to try to generate dollars to support
That's good.
the
Good to hear.
programs there.
Yeah.
So I'll show it to you. I mean, you would recognize a number of the names on there as the board members, and it's exactly the same thing. So I just wanted to know what was going to happen to the Parks Conservancy, because I know that's what they did. But this could be, I guess they could receive the money, or we could receive the money. It doesn't matter. It's just has to be able to assure people that the money that they donate to parks is going to stay in parks and not go to the general fund.
That's absolutely correct. So we're working
That's
on
the issue right there. Because when money gets tight, they'll start cleaning out different accounts.
Yep. Thank you for all that input. That's good to know.
And good feedback. All right, perfect. Thank you very much. All right, folks, we've got officially about 7.5 minutes left, and we have not yet even gotten to our speaker today. So let's call up our speaker here very quickly, Mr. Eric Bowden, to talk about the First Tee Golf Course. Mr. Bowden, I know we don't have much time, so we're going to ask you to give us as much detail as you can in as little time possible, please, sir.
Yes, sir. I'll try to make it short. Good afternoon. My name is Eric Bowden. I'm the new facility supervisor at First Tee Golf Course. I've come from working for the city for the last 22 years. I know I may not look old, but I am. 22 years. I was the assistant at Repsman for 17 years. So it's a great place to work. I love working for the city of Little Rock, working for the community, especially in the game of golf. So thank you for having me out here today, everybody. A couple things I just want to touch base with you. Being new over at the First Tee is a little different over there, being a junior facility, which was obviously built in 2001 by the Jack Stevens Youth Golf Academy. The staff there at the First Tee organization do a great job. Director Blake does a wonderful job with her staff, and PGA Pro Brad Martin, and Director of events there, Austin Piper. They all do a wonderful job. Looking forward to working hand in hand with them from this point out. Bringing the community in, showing them different life skills that they do there is a great thing, and then bring the game of golf involved in that. So, one of my goals that being facility supervisor there now as far as the city is, I'd like to bounce off of that and do different events, do golf leagues, do some some clinics on the driving range. We all know that kids enjoy playing soccer, basketball, softball. When they go to these events, you notice one thing when they're competing. A lot of times the parents aren't really involved when they compete. They're on the sidelines cheering and everything. But golf's a little bit different. Golf's a little bit different to where you can do that. And First Tee is a great starting point for that. So I hope to bring some of those life skills that the kids learn there and some of the golf skills that they learn from the instructors onto the actual golf course with their families or their grandparents or their guardians, and enjoy a little bit of competitive golf amongst each other and fellowship. So it's one of the things I'm looking at out there to do at First Tee. Another thing I'd like to do that I've been focusing on is doing some birthday party rentals, or maybe put together a little golf package. Kind of like what the bowling alley or skating rink does, but no one ever thinks about going to a facility where you could take 20 kids and have a little birthday party in the room there, and then we provide the golf balls out on the driving range, and they go straight to the driving range and get to hit balls out on the range for a little while, and maybe bring in one of our staff to kind of explain, show them how to putt if some of them aren't aware of how to do it. So little things like that in detail I'm working on to focus on for something like that. And like Deputy Director Robinson said, we have our open house coming up on September the 28th. So a lot of these, I've asked the First Tee to be involved with that, kind of set up some booths and everything with us. So we invite y'all to come out and check out what's going on. We'll have our doors open to the public and show what we offer, and show the importance of this facility and everything. We do have the U.S. Kids Golf Foundation tournament is coming up. That is going to be on Saturday, September the 24th. The U.S. Kids Golf Foundation is a nationwide foundation. They have over 2,300 kid golfers in this organization in in all 50 states. And they're coming to Little Rock to play this year again, and they chose First Tee to play, and so I invited them, welcomed them to our facility. Looking forward to that. It's a great thing where, once again, the kids can get out there and play competitive golf and be in fellowship with family and everything, and have a great time doing it. So I could probably go on and speak on forever up here, but I know we're kind of short on time and everything. So thank you once again for having me up here today, and hope to see y'all out at First Tee soon.
Mr. Bowden, thank you so much for your presentation. I do wish we had more time. Does anybody have any questions for Mr. Bowden before we move to the next topic? Anybody online? Okay, I don't see any questions today. Thank you, sir, for your time. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Okay, so let's move on. We're running out of time here, but the next item is to discuss agenda items for the next meeting. So I'm looking at commissioners here in person and also online. We have pretty much our standard agenda, right? We cover off on staff reports, the committee, subcommittee reports, any special events and whatnot. Is there anything else that needs to be added as a special item for next month's agenda from any of the commissioners?
I did have a request, maybe just to help us pay better attention and not make such hasty notes, especially on the upcoming events and the staff reports. If we could get a written list distributed and then maybe call attention to a few of them, then I know I can put some of those on my calendar better if I had the list typed up. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Smith. Good feedback for Mr. Director Couch and folks to consider. Thank you for that. Any other questions or comments or agenda items is really where we're at for the next meeting next month? No agenda items. All right, then folks, we're going to move next to the best part of our meeting. Board liaison feedback, hearing from Director Stack and Director Wright. So you guys have the balance of our time. Turn it over to the two of you.
I just want to say yay for the election results. Yes.
Right, so I wasn't gonna take it away from you. I was gonna bring that up.
Low turnout, but it turned out the way we wanted it to turn out. So, and people are asking what parts, what will we earmark, what's most important. So I'm sure you're going to be getting hammered with questions about plans for that money.
No problem.
So I want to say congratulations, leader. So now you got some money to play with. I told you that I was going to help, and I need it. And like she said, we had low turnout, but it doesn't matter as long as you win.
That's really all. I think now that that's passed, we'll start discussing the second tranche of the ARPA money that we sort of sidelined.
Yeah.
Because people were getting it confused with the bond initiative.
Yes, I have that right here. I dug it out, and I'm just going to give it to Kathy so that we can bring this back up because it has earmarked in here $3 million for a senior center. And it has $1 million earmarked for West Central, but a total of $3 million for parks. So you're going to be rolling it though.
Well, of course, we have to vote on that.
Yeah, we have to vote on that. But before we knew we had the votes. So I'm hoping people don't, how things change. But if all goes well, that will be an additional $5 million for parks under this.
I was going to say, I appreciate both of y'all, obviously. Enjoy working with both of y'all, and thank you for your support.
Okay, and then we'll build you another trail. He loves the trail, huh?
Very good. Yes, on behalf of the Commission, Director Zeb Wright, thank you for your support in getting us to this point, and then Director Couch and your staff for all the work that you put into getting us here as well. So I know that we're all very glad to have a little bit of freedom there when it comes to some additional funds. All right, folks, the next meeting will be Wednesday, September the 14th. We will have the meeting here at the Center of University. If you are able to attend in person, we highly encourage that now. We've got plenty of space here. to welcome any and all commissioners. So if you're unable, of course, we'll still have the online meeting option. I think that's it, everyone. Thank you for your time today. Much appreciated, and meeting adjourned.
How did you break the foot?
I fell in my yard. I had on my wedges and it just rolled. No, I